o'clock. Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks.
I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Lots to get to today in the world of transfer portal, some tackling news in the NFL, some NFL changes in tackling coming. Of course, we got Bugaboo Tuesday today.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
Zip, how are you today,
Things that
Bill?
bother me.
Things that bother Bill. The list has not stopped yet. Every Tuesday, there's something very strong.
Very strong. This one is interesting. I think it might grab some people's. I'm gonna throw a teaser out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back in time.
No, you're not.
Yes. Never done that.
We don't do that a lot.
Don't do that a lot on the show.
I've never heard that in the show before, ever going back in time or something.
We just want to be live radio in the 70s. We need that. We need Marty McFly. We need Marty McFly. We need the time machine to go back in time.
Bill, you kind of are this morning. You have the Oilers sweatshirt on today.
Yeah,
It's regal.
It's the Houston Oilers.
That's true.
It's not the Texans. It's not the Titans.
So I'm out.
I'm out.
That is a beautiful. It's beautiful. You can wear that every day. It would never get old.
It'd be an everyday sweatshirt.
It never get old.
It's cool.
It would never get old.
It's really cool. It is.
Steve brought something up this morning when he came in. You talked about, was it just getting yourself together a little bit?
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Is my hair okay?
Hair looks good.
No.
Nice cut.
You said some days it's hard to get out of bed.
Sorry to get out of bed.
No, I didn't get a haircut.
No, we weren't talking about a haircut.
I said out of bed.
Out of bed. Where'd haircut come from?
We never said a haircut at all.
The word haircut's never been used.
Okay, go ahead.
You're hearing
some days
things.
it's hard to get out of bed.
Yes.
But I thought of this one. The statement that I'll make every day for the rest of my life. I've never been as tired as I was yesterday. I'll say that for every day for the rest of my life. Every day for the rest of my life, I'll say that. Like today, right now, I'm never as tired as I was yesterday.
Yeah,
and then tomorrow, I'll say the same thing.
It was funny. You said one day, I thought about it a lot. I took tired to a whole new level yesterday.
I love that. I love when the doctor says they're trying to now see what you might have here. See what's going on with you there, Bill. Do you have fatigue?
Yes.
Yeah, fatigue. Yes.
Fatigue. Yes. 40 years.
For like 40 years, I've been fatigued beyond belief. I'm not even, what do I have? What do I have?
Give me the diagnosis.
I've not had energy since I was 19.
You just try to get through every day.
I say that now. I say what you say. I went to a whole new level of fatigue.
I've never been as tired as I was yesterday.
Yeah. Getting up. People probably wonder if is it. Of course, it's hard. Yeah, at 4:30, 4:45
every day. Well, 5 days a week at least.
Yeah,
but you know we do it though. We show up.
Yeah,
show up.
We're here.
Yeah, and God bless. A lot of people do it. I mean, a lot of people do it.
Yes,
that guy over there is doing it. Look at
right. He's up early, walking around.
See, he's a worker. He's got the lime green on.
Construction.
Yeah, we're on O Street, and they're doing something to that building across from us. Where are we? 11th and O.
That's right.
And across the street, they're doing something in there.
At the current pace, we'll have a hotel in 2029. The pace
seems early. Right now. Seems early. Let's go 2035 at this point.
There's not a lot getting done. The best part we enjoy every day is there's confusion by the workers every day how to get in.
Yep.
Every day, someone has their face up against the window and they're pounding on it. I don't know who has the keys to the place, but there's no communication whatsoever on what door to go in. Every day you'll see it.
They're working though.
I hope that never changes for 10 years.
I hope it does.
Every day.
I hope 10 years from now it's like
they got the lights on over there.
The same guy keeps going to the same door every day.
Puts his face up against the window.
And we think it might be a hotel, right?
We think it's going to be a hotel. Yep.
Okay.
Which will help Bombeck get NCAA games here.
See, tourney game.
We try to get some rooms for ourselves over there. Some nap rooms for us possibly in the
Wouldn't that be great?
The hotel.
A nap room. Yeah.
That'd be nice. We can make that happen.
But you guys are fine. You seem chipper this morning.
Yeah, we're good.
We're chipper.
We're chipper.
Are you chipper?
Yeah.
Anything for idle chit chat this morning off the bat?
Thought we had some right there.
No, even more. Even more.
Whoa, wow.
Even more idle chit chat. Yeah.
Even more idle chit chat. Go ahead, Steve.
I can't. sometimes you guys, you probably notice it's like I come to the radio show and then start thinking about things to say instead of thinking about things to say before the radio show, which would be more productive.
Is there any way that we should talk about? There's two major Jim Harbaugh stories. Is this the time?
Yeah. Is this?
Well, we're gonna save the one about McCarthy for later in the show. But for I Don't Chit Chat, this is perfect because Bill sent us an article last night.
It's incredible.
We haven't heard from Jim Harbaugh yet since he's been the head coach of the Chargers. Right? He didn't go to the combine. Didn't show up for the combine to talk. He was late.
He didn't show up for the combine.
So everyone was talking at breakfast yesterday at the NFL annual meeting, and Harbaugh shows up late. He marches to his own drum, as the article says very well. He had a cup of chew for his tobacco when he showed up.
He's a chewer, yeah.
And he starts off talking about how he's living in an RV right now in California.
He lives in a beach RV camp. Read the quote about Greg Roman. Anyway, he goes, it's always been a dream of mine to live in an RV camp, and that's where he's living at right now. He's not in a hotel. He's living in an RV camp.
Yep, God bless him.
And these quotes are remarkable.
Yep. Here's a quote from here's the quote from Jim Harbaugh about living in the RV. Oh, don't do this to me. Hang on. Okay, here we go. He says, okay, it's been great just being myself. I've always wanted to do that and live in an RV. It's worked out great. I'm 100 feet from Greg Roman, who has a really, really good RV.
He had Greg Roman.
He says, I'm not that fancy. My Ford motor coach hits me just right. It's been awesome. Yeah, it's been really good. I go back there. It's a good time to think. It's just been great living in the RV.
His brother-in-law drove it out from Michigan. He didn't buy one. He drove his. Amazing. Can you see him? Imagine if you're there in that camp. If you're living there in that camp. There's Harbaugh.
Is that Jim?
Is that Jim? He's in his camp. This is so good. He's not at the Hilton.
No,
he's not at the Hilton. He's in the.
He's in the camp.
He could be anywhere he wants to be.
You guys have probably driven by that camp, the camp that's between Lincoln and Omaha.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thought, or other camps. That's the camp that I've drove by. And you think
it's packed.
Come on, who doesn't have fleeting thoughts like that'd be kind of neat just to post up there, Just make it go there.
Why not?
Make it go. That's what he's doing. Doc Sadler lived in the parking lot in Norman of the arena, what's that? Lloyd Noble Center. I don't know if it's still called that. It's probably called a bank or something. It used to be called Lloyd Noble Arena, and it maybe is still called Lloyd Noble Arena, but he lived there all season it wasn't a RV. Well, come on, I think you've said the name of them. They're just real nice vans.
Like a was it one of those Sprinter vans?
Sprinter vans, yeah.
Sprinter vans,
like that.
Yeah, and I would talk to him, and you could hear, I'm like, "What's that sound?" He goes, "That's the wind." It's windy. It's storming. Yeah, he just lived out there, and then you'd walk in. He just would shower inside the. I think you could shower. Yeah. I think you could make. No, I don't know if you could shower in one of those.
There's one more brief stanza on this article from. I think it's from MLive.com from Michigan. Michigan. This is a Michigan article. It says
MLive.
Yeah, MLive. Harbaugh first dropped the RV idea when he was hired by the Chargers in January, saying he wanted to live in a trailer park down by the water or near Disneyland. And as Bill said, his brother-in-law helped make that dream a reality, driving the RV to Southern California this winter.
Imagine him talking to the owners of the Chargers. Where do you want? We'll put you up, Jim. I'm good. I think I'm gonna have my brother-in-law whip out the RV.
You got a Ford RV.
You got a Ford RV, and we're gonna either go down by the water, or if there's anything available by Disney, that'd be great. Also,
two options, Jim, please.
Okay, Jim.
Let's see if we can.
You got a Ford RV.
We got an RV. You got
Ford. Not a Winnebago.
Also, is he when he departed Michigan at his house, he had a major garage sale for everyone.
And there's a bunch of snow globes.
Yeah.
He sold a bunch of snow globes.
Imagine having just
he's amazing.
His life is not like anybody else's.
Jim Harbaugh to the NFL is a major hit to college football.
Big Ten, yeah.
For just conversation.
It's a
conversation. He had so many good.
Damn it.
He had so many good one-liners, different comments.
Yes.
Big Ten media days, Harbaugh.
No Harbaugh. It's a downer.
It is. Thank you.
When he came rolling through, he had to be just like, Jim's here.
Absolutely you were.
Yep, you perked
you
up.
Absolutely
perked
were.
up.
Like, come in, any chance we can talk to Jim? This is going to be interesting.
God, you take that for granted. You're right. Like, oh, there's Harbaugh.
But you can also tell at the same time he's still in his own world there. He's like kind of like looking around, like he's got this weird gaze. He's not locked in to what he's doing, in my opinion. When he walks in.
I think he's really locked in.
I mean, okay, he's locked in, but like it looks quirky to the common man.
That's a good
quirky to the common person.
He's locked in. It's just
I
see where Jake's coming from.
And he's quirky to us, but he's locked in his own world.
They have a team picture. They have a picture of all the current head coaches, all at one picture. He's just sitting next to Andy Reid, just kind of in a frumpy look, just kind of here to get my picture. Here we go, NFL guys, let's do this thing.
I wonder. I hope he likes it. I mean, he clearly liked coaching at Michigan, even with the FBI breathing down his neck. I thought he liked it there. I think he liked college football.
The part you just said, the FBI breathing down his neck, might have been the reason he left.
That could
probably.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Are the feds still breathing down his neck?
Don't know about the feds. I think something's going to come out of this. There's
the NCAA.
There's going to be some things come out of this. Yes.
Yeah. The NCAA is definitely still a factor.
I think what it ends up being, if I would guess, some pretty harsh penalties. They will not dabble with the national championship.
They won't vacate.
I think that's one of those things they just don't. I can't. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Must take it all down. I don't see that happening.
Anyway,
Tennessee handed out bags of cash. Proven. McDonald's bags full of cash, and there's no vacating. They just got
still doing what they're doing.
You got some penalties.
Still rolling
on.
You
can hand out bags of cash if you want.
We have a take before we move on. Ryan in California chimes in regarding the RV lifestyle. He says, sold my house a year ago and bought a 46-foot travel trailer. Best decision I ever made. We've traveled the country to find where we want to settle down when we are ready. By the way, there's no place like Nebraska. Our heart keeps taking us back. That's Ryan in Valley Springs, California.
Come back. Ryan, when will you be in Lincoln? We'd like to have you on the show.
Yeah, please. And bring the trailer down.
We'd love to see the big rig show up here.
Do you notice that some people park their trailers right over across from Memorial Stadium in that lot under the bridge?
Yes.
And there's some that stay there all the time. And I think maybe people live. I don't know.
They show up in just incredible amounts at LSU.
Do they?
Everyone is in an RV when they show up.
But they don't. Well, some of them might live in them.
And they do it also for baseball. So the huge parking lots where the football and baseball, where our offices were, and the stadium and baseball, all right next to each other. So in the spring, there would be 200 of them out there for the baseball games. Mm-hmm. And you just walk by. I'd swing by there all the time. They just give you food.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They'd be grilling and stuff. I'd be like, hey, coach, what's going on? What do you guys got?
Have a broad.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Like that. One little jambalaya? I do.
Ooh, little jambalaya.
I love a lot of jambalaya.
Yeah, I like a lot of that.
Load me up.
Better times.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends in Newton's Lawn Care. Please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. 50% off your first fertilizer application this spring. Is he in the garage this morning, Bill?
Was not in the garage. He's out doing some he's out checking moisture. He's out. Okay. He has rain gauges set up at like 60 different locations around Lincoln. And he goes
that's all day.
It's all day. So he goes to check them. He wants to know where are we at in Havelock? What do we get for rain today? You can't just
talk to Andrew.
Yeah, because you can't all of a sudden that affects how he's going to put down his fertilizer and what he's doing with his seeding. So you want to know. Okay, he's like, Lincoln got over an inch. Did all of Lincoln get over an inch? That's not how it works.
Let Andrew figure out. He'll know.
So he puts out 60 rain gauges
and checks them all.
Yeah, all from Midwest Bank.
That would take me 8 hours.
8 hours.
It might take him 8 hours. Two different.
What if that? I'd love that if I left her every day. What's your job? I check the rain gauges. Just drive around and chart them. What do you got? I got just a trace.
It's amazing. Thank you, Dan.
Would you type it in or chart it? Or would you write it?
I want a clipboard. Yeah. I'd want a clipboard. I want to be out with a clipboard.
It's standard operation.
Yes,
come on.
Do you have a clipboard? It'd be nice to have a clipboard.
It'd be nice. We should all get clipboards.
We should be clipboards.
That'd be nice to come in with clipboards. If we can get, where can we get a nice, remember the old ones? They were almost.
I got one hanging in my garage.
There was one, they were almost the ones that you had like in sport was almost like a pressed wood. Remember that? It was kind
absolutely.
I know exactly what it was.
Yep.
It was
pressed wood.
Like a pressed wood.
I know we're on the same vibe. You can get just a plastic one though, hard plastic.
I would love to get one from the 60s, a clipboard.
We're gonna get a clipboard here, 3 of them. That's kind of how we're going to operate.
That was good. That was good. Idle chit.
It was 464-5685. Call or text as always to the portal for Nebraska basketball. We have some news. There's one not surprise and one surprise, I would say, in the portal. We're not surprised to see Ramel Lloyd Jr. was the first person to enter. We have not seen him play in his time at Nebraska. He's not seen the court with the Huskers.
2 years.
He put his name in the portal, so no surprise there. One that was a little surprising late in the afternoon was Eli Rice, who had a lot of potential, played really well over in Spain before the season began, played well when he was on the court, did not start at Nebraska. Of course, battled an injury the last month and a half and didn't play since I think either early February or some
January 27th,
okay,
Jake.
Late January.
What was the injury?
Hot ankle sprain. I don't know.
High ankle?
I don't know if it's high, but it was an ankle sprain he suffered at Maryland. You guys were here.
Yeah, we watched in Memphis. A terrible game on TV.
Yeah,
on the road.
January 27th, he returned Jake to practice before the NCAA tournament and was available, but didn't play.
Did not play against Texas A&M.
I don't know if you throw him out there in that situation.
No, but that's one, again, there's always surprises. I mentioned in the rundown that Michi Johnson, the top scorer at South Carolina, also put his name in the portal. You never know who's going to go in the portal and who's not, but
sure don't.
For the Huskers, Ramel Lloyd Jr., not a surprise. Eli Rice comes as a surprise, and we'll see if any other news comes the next couple of days for the Huskers in the portal, but that's your opening day of news.
You remember the big game for Eli Rice? It was Iowa. He had 11 points and remember 9 points in the first half.
That's right.
Thought, oh yeah, he's on. They're on to something with him. And then it wasn't.
I would imagine, I just from a distance, it's like you don't want to lose him. You want to develop players.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose.
No, you didn't want to lose. I don't think, Bill. You know how that goes, though. I always think that, and then I think, okay, well, maybe they told him there's not really a path.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just the players still develop. I think it was finished second in the voting for Player of the Year this year. Was that correct?
Who?
From University of Tennessee, and then he also was the SEC Player of the Year. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. From
the Tennessee player.
Tennessee player.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. I know who you're talking about.
But anyway, my point was he played 3 years at Northern Colorado.
Dalton Connect.
Yeah,
Connect.
Played 3 years at Northern Colorado. Didn't start at Northern Colorado his first couple of years. Now he's going to be a lottery pick.
How about that?
So people develop.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you have someone like Rice that obviously showed signs and just how far they can develop, you want to keep him around the team. Plus,
I think they did.
He knows the coaching staff. He knows the expectations. So I would imagine you want him around.
He was showing he had some serious offensive capabilities. He had a good shot. He got to he was able to score at the rim when he was healthy and when he played. So to me, this is a significant loss for the Huskers. And again, I don't know the plan. I'm sure Fred and the team have a plan.
Sure.
And we can't doubt that until we see what happens. But it's still, that was a blow yesterday. Ramel Lloyd, not as much of a blow because he hasn't played in 2 years. Eli Rice certainly was a disappointing blow for Nebraska yesterday.
There was one of the reports that said his defense had lagged behind. I'm not going to call it a blow until I know who they got.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's a blow because you can't say that until you know who they bring in. They might bring in somebody better and maybe somebody much better. The guys that you watch, I mean, it's a new world. I get I like your developmental romance. But that is very romantic. But it doesn't happen as much anymore. I mean, just recruit over guys. They do have two true freshmen coming in. Nick Janowski, who I think is a guy who could play right away, and then Braden Frager, who's more of a project, Lincoln kid. Then they got one sophomore, Mater Diop, and then it's just veterans. And the guys you watch, you don't know about Wilcher. I mean, Wilcher's a big question mark.
No, he did senior day ceremonies. He left.
Huge question mark.
He could come back, but
huge question mark. I mean, nobody knows what he's going to do.
Yep.
That senior day thing, Jake, throw it out.
I know. I'm just saying it. He did walk on senior day.
Some guys walk 3 times. I mean, or 4 times. I know guys who walk 4 times.
He did choose to walk, though.
Yeah. CJ Wilcher is one to watch.
He's just pointing out the facts.
Pointing out facts.
Just facts.
Just facts.
And nobody else, nobody else is committed to coming back. It's a weird world. I would think one of those guys, those veterans like Blaze Keita, or not Blaze Keita, he's probably going to retire because of his injury. Rink Mast, Bryce Williams, somebody would say, yeah, I'm coming back. But I guess you don't do that because you leverage, right? Leverage.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm coming back. I need more money before I.
You don't say that in terms of if they're going to the draft, they would say they're coming back. Like for Rink Mass and Jawan Gary.
Overseas ball.
Yeah, a professional just leaving to go somewhere professional, not to a different school.
Probably not.
Right? They wouldn't announce him coming back and not going to the transfer portal. It'd be a little odd.
I think I don't think. Yeah, you're not losing Rink Mass to Indiana. You'd lose him to, Portugal. Or wherever.
Portugal.
Yeah, wherever you go play. I mean, you could go play Israel. Anyway, there's a lot of places to go play.
Portugal will be better, I think.
I don't know. You can make a lot of money doing. I know that.
There's good money.
Yeah, there's good money over
foreign country is the best to play basketball in. But also it's just the fact that a guy like Michi Johnson. I mentioned Michi Johnson, top scorer at South Carolina, averaged 15 points a game, goes in the portal. I mean, there's no signs of. I mean, that was a surprise season for South Carolina. And Nebraska was a surprise too. They were 500 last year. They were picked 12th in the conference, 13th in the conference, and they end up being third. So when you see something like that, you say, well, that could happen here with one of our top players too. Because,
absolutely.
Hey, NIL man, get your bag.
Yeah.
The conversation with the head coach from Oakland was incredible because their best player, and again, I feel off. I'm drawing a blank on his name. It's not the 3-point shooter.
Yeah, it's not goalkeeper.
I can't say his name right now, but the coach has been there so long. He coached his dad.
Oh my
Oakland.
God!
He coached his dad
That's
at
awesome.
Oakland. He told him in an interview. He said, "Hey, listen, here's the deal. Before your senior year, he goes, get your degree. Let's win the conference. Let's go to the tournament. Let's be in great shape. And then for your last year of eligibility, I'll help you try to go get $500,000. He told him that before the season. He goes, so that's
beautiful.
He goes, he was like, hey, listen, and then you play really well, which he did. Beautiful. So right now his stock would be insane.
Yeah.
For what people would want to
get you $500,000,
and we'll go
maybe $1 million.
We'll go get you paid. He goes, I can't pay what you're worth, and so let's find a way to do it. And that's the way you have to operate at schools like that. You have to be like, hey, if you come here, play your tails off. I said this forever on air. If I'm at New Mexico State, if I'm at Montana State, wherever I'm at, I'm convincing kids to come there to play, and then telling them if you play really well, if you are the newcomer of the year, and you have other options, I will help you, because they're not staying anyway. You can't give them the old like palms up or that.
Just smile.
Yeah.
Yep. Just smile.
Well,
there's no reason to fight it.
No,
it's not when they come in and start talking to say, listen, you play your tails off for 2 years.
Is there anything happened in the 70s that you liked?
A lot. We'd like to go back and do live radio in the 70s. I'd like to do that like a DJ like Johnny Fever.
We could, if we had a
WKRP.
station, we would include some music.
Yes.
A music.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was texting yesterday with a South Dakota State alum and fan of basketball. Yeah, because
your friend?
A friend of mine, yes. And, of course, they lose Baylor Shireman last year, understandably so. He was a hot commodity in the
Shireman
transfer portal.
came from where?
South Dakota State.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from Aurora, Nebraska. He's from Aurora. He's from the state.
Where I'd like to vacation, which I mentioned earlier.
Exactly.
He came from South Dakota State.
Yes, and now they had a couple guys. William Kyle, who's one of their best players in the portal. So I think the guy last name Mayo, forget his first. I think Zeke Mayo is in the portal from South Dakota State. It's like, yeah, we understand that we're not going to keep those guys. It's just, I'd love to have them here for 4 years. It's just that's not a world anymore where those guys stick around anymore. And just, you have to accept that at a school like South Dakota State or UNO, Frankie Fiddler. You want to keep him around. He averaged 20 points a game. Well, guess what? He's not going to stay there because he's got better options on top of that and NIL for somewhere else.
Even if there's a rich alum that would want to keep a guy at South Dakota State and pay him a lot of money, he's
like, that's not the Summit League.
You're probably exactly.
It's not the Big Ten, it's not the ACC,
it's not PBA. Ever been to PBA?
Is the Fiddler coming here?
I don't know.
Just because
nobody
how much
knows.
fun would it be? The Fiddler. I mean, the name is incredible. That'd be so much fun.
It's not as good as the Kindler, but
that's because the Kindler Hotel.
Fiddler's pretty good.
The Fiddler at the Kindler. Be incredible.
The Fiddler could be on. I mean, he's definitely on the move, and Nebraska's in play. I mean, you know what I've heard.
What are you hearing?
What are you hearing there?
Breaking
news?
No, please don't. We're ready for it. He's got the hand was on his finger was on it.
I can't present it that way because it's just what I've
it's
heard.
Insider information.
It's inside.
Guys, this is Hey guys, everybody.
It's inside.
Just play it. I
got to present this.
You got to present this. You have breaking news on Nebraska basketball from Steve Sipple.
What do you got for us, Sip?
I don't think Creighton is interested in Frankie Fiddler.
That's a big one. The Fiddler is out at the Blue Jays.
You know what?
He's out, according to Steve
I
Sipple.
sort of enjoyed that in a way, but that's insider information.
You know, he was
Is Robin involved in this?
Rob?
Robin.
Maybe.
Okay.
Papa Do's might be. I had a school session with Robin at Papa Do's in the Houston airport. By the way, Papa Do's. Wow.
Like
Did you ever do
That's,
that?
oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a
like that?
It's a
Cajun?
must.
You like that?
It's a must do.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when you have.
Yeah, it's
that's when you have
seafood,
ample
jambalaya.
time. It's an ample time place. It's like I'm going to sit down.
Yeah, we
It's-
did. We had 3 hour later.
Yeah, 3 hour later. So it's like let's just go take a
Nice.
break here.
So yeah, he told me some stuff, Rob, and I said, God, he's going to kill me.
Frank,
he can't talk to me privately now because I just take everything on air.
It just goes on air.
Hey,
Goes
Robin,
breaking
sorry
news.
about this.
Goes
Kind of one of my
breaking news.
speeches I gave, and then you just mix a column out of it. Can I record that quick? And just, all of a
Sometimes
sudden,
you tell me stuff off air that makes its way into a column. Anyway.
Frankie was seen at Creighton's practice.
Oh, I
yesterday.
could be wrong. Who was seen? Who saw him?
There was reports that he
Really?
was at. This is reported, not just private. This is reported he was at Creighton practice. I don't think there's anything regarding him going to the.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think
we had
I
breaking
think
news,
you are
though.
right.
You did
Right.
it.
I believe you are right. 'Cause I have
I
talked to some Creighton friends also.
Text
I don't
McDermott.
think- I don't.
I know. Yeah, I have Creighton friends. Believe it or not, I hate that, but I do have Creighton friends.
Hey, come on, Jake. Don't play this game. Yeah, we know what you feel.
I
About
don't
Creighton.
like Creighton. I just want some information sometimes.
It's nice when you do this, but hey, the one to watch. Oh God, you brushed me off on
Say
this
it now.
yesterday.
Go.
Hepburn.
This is inside.
I'm not
Chucky.
trying to brush you
Yeah,
off.
what's
We've
going
talked
on
for
there?
3 years though about this.
Just is he on the move? Would he and Fiddler entertain a duo situation? Go somewhere and play together. They were Bellevue West teammates. They're close friends. Now that's the thing about Nebraska. That's what I'd wonder. Could they get Hepburn and Fiddler in a package deal?
I'd like to know. Again, we don't.
And
Chucky
and right now,
unhappy at
Chucky's not
Wisconsin?
even in. He's not even in the portal, is
No,
he?
he's
good
at
point.
Wisconsin right now without the
Good
name
point. I
in the
guess
portal.
you do have to go in the portal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you do formally have to go in the portal.
Yes, no, I mean we know Connor.
I wonder when that'll end, where you can just move. You don't have to go in the portal.
That'd be great. No one knows a word.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, let's get the starting five for Marquette. And all of a sudden, what? What?
That guy was at Duke last year.
Is that Chucky?
Is that Chucky Marquette?
You'd know before then, but anyway, that's the one you wonder about. It would those guys come to Nebraska as a duo?
That's the dream
Yeah.
for the Huskers.
Does that have to be a dream?
Is it the dream? Is it Fred's dream?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
it's
don't
a
know
fan's
either.
dream.
Fan, okay,
Fan's
fans. I'm just
dream.
asking.
Yeah,
I
that's
got-
a
Oh, you
question.
could use
Yeah.
a point guard.
Absolutely.
You do have Aaron Eulis, and they like him, and he'll be available. He'll be eligible next year. Eulis is on the roster, available. The kid from Iowa, and he started 27 games, I think, at Iowa.
I don't. Yeah, I
27.
think if you
It's a
had the
lot.
option, you would take Chucky over Eulis.
Thank you. I do.
If you look at Eulis's stats, no, it's not, stats don't always tell the whole story, but for a high-scoring team, he had like 6 points a game and 2 assists. As a
Jake, I
starter.
think you absolutely take Hepburn over Eulis.
You would take Chucky. If you had a chance to get Chucky, you take Chucky.
Nice to have two, though.
Right.
And I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, people are talking about it. I just don't know how realistic it is.
That was fun to get inside information right there.
You got breaking
Let's
news
see,
for
let me
us.
see if I got out of the breaking news.
And the other, what else happened to Papa Do's?
What
You
else
need
did
to
you
talk
tell me
about?
at Papa Do's?
Now you're on the spot.
Now you're on the spot.
The sound
Tell
has
us
been played.
What else was said?
What else
There was
did
something else. I can
The
see
seafood
it.
jambalaya was really good.
Oh,
yeah,
it is.
it's-
Hey, way too many crackers though. I kind of blew it. I was doing pretty good, but and then Robin said, "You can eat too many crackers."
Yeah,
I mean, they're not that great for you.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
happened to
crackers.
me.
you don't want
before.
to start out with that either. You don't want to fill up on. That's why when I sit down at a meal and they have it's sort of those. Okay, they're going to bring a meal to you, but the dessert is already out. I eat the dessert immediately, especially if it's cheesecake. I eat the dessert immediately. 'Cause I don't want to be like
First thing is
at the end of the meal going, "Wow, if I want the cheesecake or not, I'm kind of full." No, the cheesecake is the best part of the meal. So I start with
Interesting.
the cheesecake
God.
right off the bat.
I just
Yeah, and I don't make
it's the taste bud thing that I want.
and I don't hide it either.
You know,
I don't hide it like kind of I'll take a little this a bite. No, I put the cheesecake on my plate and I eat it.
play the breaking news.
Oh,
Hang on.
You got
I'm
something?
not- Hang on.
is it from Papa Do's?
Third
This is a
time.
discussion thing. Probably can't.
Breaking news.
We shared cheesecake.
You shared a cheesecake at Papa Do's?
You and Robin share the cheesecake.
Let's go.
I'm coming clean.
Thank you.
He bought. Yeah, I'm coming clean. He bought cheesecake and couldn't eat the whole thing. Said, "Here, have some."
So it wasn't planned ahead of time.
No,
you took the
I don't
scraps.
think so.
You took
I would
the
love
scraps.
that one. I love that one. What do you think? You want to share one?
I almost said it.
Now, Robin also at Rendezvous on Saturday night ordered a little pecan pie tart and offered you, me, and Baz a chance to try. We all said no, and so he ate that himself. Nobody ate but he offered it to us.
God, I love a man who orders a dessert.
He's like, "You want some? You want some?" We
I
said, "No,
I
okay."
love a man who orders a dessert.
Why?
I just love when someone says they always come around. He mentioned dessert. Everybody's no.
He's like, "Yes, please, over here."
And you really want one, but you do the whoa. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I look at my wife always like going like, why would he even ask that? I'm thinking like, I want the dessert. Then he's like, Robin's man enough to stand up and be like, oh yeah,
Hold on, though.
I'll have the dessert.
The guy came over. His name was Carlos, and he said, "Would you like to see the dessert tray?" And Robin gave him the. And I said, "No, bring it over.
Okay.
Bring it over. Bring the dessert. I want to see it."
Yeah.
And then Robin decided to get something. I was fine.
I saw him stare at the dessert menu at Rendezvous for at least 10 minutes before he actually pulled the trigger.
Is that right?
He could tell that we weren't going to get dessert, but he pulled the
I
trigger.
love
on
a
Saturday
man.
night. He did.
I tell you what. Also, he was at a table. How many of you? Four.
Four or
Five.
Five.
And no one else. And he was the one guy.
The only person.
That's a man's man.
I
That
suppose
is
it is.
a man's man.
I suppose it is. Okay, I'll give
It
you
is.
I
that.
thought it was a good look for Robin. I really did.
I thought the pecan pie was disappointing, though. I mean, it came in.
try it.
I didn't want to try
It was a tart.
It was a tart.
You
It
want
said
a
tart.
tart? I want a slice.
It said pecan pie tart on the menu.
Oh,
I would never.
It
it
was
wasn't a
described
piece
as
of
that.
pie.
No, it was a tart, as it said on the menu.
Okay. Sorry. Chick is admonishing
And
me
he
at this
knew,
point.
he knew that. I saw
We all
it.
knew it was a tart.
It's a tart, man.
Everyone knew it.
It was a tart, damn it.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Can't
Said
you
it right
read?
here. You an idiot?
It's a tart. Well, I didn't even know they
Open
did.
your eyes next time.
I didn't even know they had such things as pecan pie tart.
I would never
now you
order
do.
the. I would get the pecan pie every time. I'd never get a tart.
Tart, me neither.
No, I'm like, no.
It
It
wasn't
came
the
in a little-
option. That was the
yeah.
only option.
It
Pecan
came in a
pie was
little
the tart.
What do you call that kind of that? What did it come in?
A tart bin.
No, whatever. It was just a little tart. It's
Just remember, be a grown man. Order the dessert.
okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like
God,
a Bill's
this-
Thrills right
yeah,
there.
God
yeah.
dang it, it was close to Bill's Thrills. I don't know. There's cases sometimes where you're just not hungry at the end.
If there's also anything ever you ever want to take back to your room, is a dessert.
That's a good.
That's
point.
a great point. Like that.
I'm ordering this for
Cheese-
later.
I'll get a dessert to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because there's never a time like an hour later you go, I got a piece of pecan pie sitting right there at the Holiday Inn Express, and you're excited. That would excite me.
100. See, the only thing I always think of dessert as something you want a little sugar at the end of the the line. I don't think of it as something you eat before. I want the sugar at the end of the
Yeah,
line.
Bill, that's a little odd, but he says, I want to make sure I like the dessert.
I don't
get it. It's
want to
just
be filled up, and all of a sudden, I end up eating all the green beans. And I don't feel like eating the dessert now. Because
Yeah.
at those events, you can't take it with you. You look like
No.
like a clown.
And you can go before and after.
Yeah.
You can. Especially the way you work out, that band workout. What are you up to today?
Well, I'm at 400 reps.
Yeah,
400.
400.
That's pretty
400
good.
reps in.
See, he does the band work. He does the band work between segments. He's got to go do his band work.
Yeah. Fitness.
400
400.
fitness.
Before we get to break,
The presidential physical fitness test.
Got to run 600 yards.
We're going to do that for the breakers. We're going to have this 6, and we're going to do it on grass,
we should do
on
that.
with traffic cones.
Yeah. Orange cones.
Orange cones.
Little orange cones.
We have little
ones.
here.
Easter's in the building.
Did he stay
Why
overnight
is Strick
last
here?
night? Did you stay overnight last night?
I don't know. Yeah, he must have stayed here
Yeah,
last
yeah,
night.
so I
Tommy,
figured,
he
yeah.
must stay
Strick, do you
here.
need a place to stay?
Yeah. Get him a dessert.
Go over the hamster.
Get Strick a dessert.
Get the man
Get him a
dessert.
pecan pie tart.
Before we get to break, are you looking for a job that feels like family?
Yes.
Join Scott and the team at Lincoln Industries, right? Where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there is a place for you at Lincoln Industries. Apply at LincolnIndustries.com.
I think the one word that really struck with me from walking the facility
Mhm.
was the passion. The passion that the workers had, the passion that Scott Miller has is running the entire company. and his future in running Lincoln
Yes.
and running the state is you
Passion.
feel the passion at Lincoln Industries is what you feel. It's incredible.
I hope he gets that job.
He's a world-class athlete. He was a great one. He was one of the top basketball players to ever play at Nebraska Wesleyan. Probably
Was he really?
top 2 or 3 to ever
He was
play
a bigger
there.
guard.
What's that? Yeah, he could play the 2 and the 3. Drop down to the 4 if he
He
needed.
dropped down to.
He could defend all 5 positions.
Versatile.
So when they switched off, he just switched off. Also, he's on the point guard. He's D'ing him up. He's got length.
And who were his teammates?
What's that? Dana Jansen
Oh,
was on that team.
okay. And he went to Lincoln
Cookie
East.
was on that team.
He went to Lincoln East.
Yeah, Brugman, Weed,
Yeah,
Miller.
I know those guys.
all those guys. Moran.
Yeah, they had a good team in the
Yeah.
East.
Smutty put that team together. He built it off of what? Lincoln. Off Nebraska. Lincoln. Smutty.
Check out Lincoln Industries.
That was beautiful.
When we come back, we're going to talk some tackling in the NFL. There's a ban. Talk that.
There's
next.
a ban.
The fan.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather and no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for the Masters in April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of your liberty and pursuit of your justice for those that have been injured. My name is Seth Morris, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our relentless trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 31st, gear up for Easter with USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye Loins for $12.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Boneless Pit Hams for $4.99 per pound. USDA Choice Whole Beef Brisket for $3.99 per pound. And all natural pork bellies for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Our second segment is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company in the USA. Founded in 1937, Beck's Hybrids provides unrivaled customer service and product diversity for both corn and soybeans. A company founded on the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming. To find your nearest Beck's Hybrids rep, head over to beckshybrids.com.
They're also considering, because of how Beck's can predict the weather, of not having the Farmer's Almanac anymore and having it Beck's Almanac.
Who's considering that?
The world is considering that. That's what Sonny has brought to seed.
God.
Sonny and seed.
Sonny's Almanac?
Sonny's Almanac.
No, you're going Beck's Almanac, right?
Yeah, probably Beck's,
Beck's
but if they want, we can talk about Sonny's also. But
Sonny Beck's Almanac?
Yes, because they have so much knowledge on what's going to. So that allows you, if they're going like, hey, guys, it's been kind of a dry year, so you want to grab these bags of seed over here, this will produce just as good with less rain.
They're talking about that.
They're talking about that today, right now. They're having a board meeting today. Talk about it. They have a whiteboard. And they have a whiteboard, giant whiteboard they go over all the time. Trevor's running the whiteboard this morning and gets a chance to go over like
big
that. Big whiteboard. Got your soybeans and you got your corn. We're really not talking Milo too much. Milo's kind of a thing of the past.
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill knows a lot about the agriculture field.
He's tapped in.
I'm studying it a lot.
Did you got something going with Beck?
But we
look at his hat. Look at his hat.
What stupid question.
Yeah. Come on. He's got an Oilers sweater on in the hat.
Really what I'm doing, I'm just kind of helping advising the farmers going around farm to farm. And
you
helping
threw
these guys.
Milo.
Who's that?
Yeah,
he threw Milo in there.
Milo.
And they can get you some if you want some still. They're like, it's not a big deal right now, but that's what's nice about it. If they want to get some, let's throw it out there.
Would you know what Milo is if I gave you a plate of it?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
I would know. I'd be like, that's Milo.
Really?
I would know.
I wouldn't. Would you know,
I would
Jay?
know.
No, absolutely not. No chance.
If you gave me a plate and said that's Milo, I
wouldn't get it. Yeah,
I'd say, is it?
I would know. I would know Milo. Yes.
I wouldn't have that.
Could you have a plate of Milo?
I don't know if I do. Would you guys sauteed it? Get some butter.
Let's try it out. See what it tastes
Put it on a plate. This is my question.
I don't know.
You should know.
Anyway, we'll checking out Beck's Almanac.
Yes, the Beck's Almanac and beckshybrids.com. You can find your nearest rep.
.com. Don't forget that.
Milo. It's the first time you ever mentioned Milo.
First time we've talked Milo on the show ever.
First time a show history.
Now we have.
Really hit me.
We got that. All right, so we mentioned earlier in the show that Jim Harbaugh was at the NFL annual owners meeting, and he was there talking. He was late for breakfast, but did speak. He was in the picture. There's also something that happened at this meeting. The NFL owners have approved a rule proposed to ban the swivel hip drop tackle. The league announced Monday. The violation will result in a 15-yard penalty if flagged in games, but Troy Vincent, the NFL's executive vice president of football operations, strongly implied last week that it is likely to be enforced similarly to the use of the helmet rule, which typically leads to warning letters and fines in the week after a game rather than flags during play. So
The swivel hip drop.
the swivel hip drop. Bill, defensive guru, expert. What is?
Are you a guru?
No, he's the expert.
I'm not a guru of anything.
Come on, he's a guru.
Swivel hip drop.
I love when they used to just be a hip drop tackle they talked about. Now they added swivel to make it even sound
That's
cooler.
not. That's if you go to Graceland and you see Elvis, they put him on a video singing Jailhouse Rock, and he does a swivel hip drop.
Yeah, that's incredible. Jailhouse Rock.
What is it? What is a swivel hip drop tackle?
Well,
I watched film of them last night. You sent a text something about this. I watched film of the tackles that are banned. It would take me out of being an official. I have no idea. I couldn't. They say, okay, here's a swivel hip drop tackle. Good tackle. Look good.
It's a situation where you get one hand or two hand on the offensive carrier with the ball. And here's the best.
What you're supposed to do.
Here's the best. And I have a way to tie that in.
Get a hand on.
And then you get to slightly behind to even.
Okay.
And then you're even with him. So to bring him down, you use your weight to bring him down, because if you're side by side with him and arms on him, there's no way to really bring him down. You can't. Well, use your shoulder. Well, you really can't do that. So what tacklers would do, which I would agree with, was they would use their weight to drop. They would hang on and then just drop their weight. That was what was able to do it. Able to just drop their weight. And also with that, there would be a rotation, and then you'd end up landing on the back of their legs.
Oh.
That's why they're making it illegal, is because when you land, so if your foot's like this and you land on the back of their legs, that's where the injury comes. That's the nervous part of it. The best way to describe it would be if you watched the rodeo. When they jump off and they grab that and they have to steer. It's more of a steer, right?
Steer, yeah.
And they've got to throw him down.
Yep.
How do they do it? With their weight.
Swivel hip drop.
And they twist, and that it looks very similar to that.
Okay, that's a good way to describe it to the officials.
It'll be it's kind of one of those things, you know it when you see it.
Okay.
I also think it's going to be
a critical statement right there.
You'll know with the
it's
obvious
like porn.
ones.
You just know it when you see it.
Exactly. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for that addition.
Well, sometimes it's
Milo and porn.
That's the
first.
You just know it when you see it.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, it's interesting because I believe it's going to be very difficult, because there's going to be if the referees have this, we got to call this. If there's be several times it's going to get called and it shouldn't be called, and it's going to switch. It's going to flip a game.
Mm-hmm. Oh God!
So here's my.
So you have some valid concerns.
Valid concerns. First of all, is this: you want nobody getting hurt.
No,
I don't want to. Hey,
obviously.
listen, do that technique on defense that guarantees that we could probably take a guy out for the season.
No,
that's nothing
who
there.
Who wants that?
That's never.
But I will say this: when you are on defense and you are scrapping your life off to get someone on the ground, it's a lot of those things happen out of necessity.
Thank you.
There's never a time when the guy goes like, I'm running up next to him. He goes, watch this. I'm going to hip drop him.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen.
I've never heard of it.
They're trying to get him on the ground. The other thing that always is difficult for defensive coaches, because right away every offensive coach, and I agree, it's like, oh, that's a hip drop. Every rule change in the last 40 years have been for what? Offense. More points, more anything for offense. Knowing it. After a while on defense, you feel like, man, what can I do? How many times have there been in the last several years where you go, how is that roughing the passer?
Yep. Oh,
how is that roughing the passer?
It's
just like once a game, you're mystified by what just happened. It's like you can't hit him high, you can't hit him low. If there's one more step, if there's this, it's incredible. And so defensively, when you're coaching, it's hard because you're straining to get him on the ground. You want no one hurt. Obviously. And if there's one that if it's a crystal clear one where it's so obvious what they did and how they landed on the back of the legs. My question is going to be if they go to do the tackle and they just use their weight and they get them on the ground, but they don't land on their back of their legs. Is it still a hip drop tackle? Because
this is a problem.
Because the injury comes on the landing on the legs. That's where the injury comes. That's also why on the quarterback, where they would get the penalty was so strong if you drove a quarterback into the ground and you landed your body weight on him.
See that.
That was like that. So this is the same thing. So if you're taking him down, but you don't land on his legs, is that still a hip drop tackle?
I don't want that to be a question. That's a problem. The whole problem is fans are going to be confused. I mean,
how is that a penalty? It's a tackle.
Right. I mean, because I'm telling you, Bill, I watched a series of hip drop tackles. They showed a video. Here's a hip drop tackle. Here's a hip drop tackle. And none of them, first of all, they all looked a little different to me. And second of all, I was like, that's a good tackle. Nice job. You got him.
I saw one video. I sent you the one I think it described it the best. I saw one video.
Okay.
And I go, that's not even hip drop tackles. That's not even what they're even talking about. The person talking about it was completely wrong. And
did you see the problem here, Jake?
It was completely wrong.
It's not very clear to people, is it?
It's all how you land is how it is viewed. Also, I thought it was very confusing to me for Troy Vincent to say, it really won't be flagged. It'll be more fine.
Right, what is it?
So I don't understand that. I don't understand that. It's like, hold it. And so they're kind of letting the officials be like, if you miss it, you miss it. We'll just fine them, and then you're kind of off. Or is it going to be, no, you cannot miss this one on the field of play. He made it sound as if it gets missed on the field of play, because I think it's so gray.
Yeah, I think it sounds
that's the issue.
I think it's like, okay, what exactly is it to get it called? And there's going to be a lot of pushback and confusion. It's going to be hard on and defenders being like, I did everything the right. I'm trying to get him on the ground. I'm trying to be legal. I can't get him on the ground.
Yeah, per the ESPN article, NFL Executive Vice President Jeff Miller said there were 230 instances of the tackling technique occurring during a game last season, with 15 players missing time as a result.
That's the problem. I mean, the issue is the injuries.
Yeah.
There's a higher rate of injury for that tackle than I think any tackle. They say 25% higher, I think.
And the injury comes on the landing.
Right.
The injury comes on the landing of the back of their legs.
The NFL is so popular that they probably not worried about their popularity at this point. But I think they do have to worry about it a little bit, because there's too much confusion on some of this stuff. And on this, there's going to be a lot of confusion.
No. So I said, do I understand why they're doing it? Yes, because they have a potential injury situation.
Are they going to take it to college?
It's going to be really hard it's going to be very hard on the officials. And especially when there's that, if the official's like, don't sweat it, we'll just fine him. The NFL will fine him $10,000. It's not on me if I missed it or didn't miss it. I mean, you'll see several times, if they can't review it, you'll see several times on the horse collar where they're wrong because they grabbed the jersey. They didn't grab it. You can grab a jersey. You can't grab the shoulder pads. You'll see it, and right away you're going like that. Horse collar, and you look.
Actually, it wasn't.
No, actually, it wasn't.
Jeez.
It wasn't. And so that's
frustrating.
And then if you don't have the ability to review any of those things, it's like, imagine trying to call a bang bang hip drop tackle.
No, it's hard to do.
No,
that's the problem.
It's going to be very, very, very hard to do, and it's just hard on defense. And then here's also it came. I think Jake said it on the deal. Did you teach that? That's not being taught. I've never had a hip drop. A hip drop. One of our stations. Yeah. This is what we teach in this section. It's hip drop tackle. No. They're just trying to get. So now
trying to get the guy to the ground.
Now's the point like that. It's going to be if you get in this position. Imagine you grab this runner, you're side by side or slightly behind him, and you can't use your body. How do you get him down?
Yep, we do.
How do you get him down? The only thing you can do is you can slide down to be able to get the knees.
Slide down
and be able to get a leg wrap on him, which is really hard. Then all of a sudden you do that and he runs through and he goes for 50 yards for a touchdown. And
hip
so
dropping.
There's a lot of things that make it difficult.
When we come back, Bills, Thrills, and Song of the Day, and early break in the ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 31st, gear up for Easter with USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye Loins for $12.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Boneless Pit Hams for $4.99 per pound. USDA Choice Whole Beef Brisket for $3.99 per pound. And all natural pork bellies for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day from 1965, Do You Believe in Magic by the Lovin' Spoonful. 464-56851 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Oh, I'm making this way too hard. I didn't want to like it. I thought it was a new song. I didn't know it was
that
a Lovin'
doesn't sound.
Spoonful.
Are you kidding me?
That was a new song.
What? Are you kidding me?
Newer. I mean, when you said 65, I thought, I got to rearrange everything I'm thinking. I thought it was like a 91 or 92.
That sounds like 1991 to you, really.
I was waiting.
I'm not sure where that came
I was
from.
waiting for like Richie Cunningham and Potsy and Ralph to come out.
No, I
from
get
Happy
where.
Days.
Yeah. Then when you said Lovin' Spoonful.
Yeah, 1965. How about that?
Yeah. Now I
because of the year you've changed your thoughts on the song. That's amazing to me.
I don't know what to do
when
with
I
it.
said on my interjected, he goes, "Oh, God, 65! Whoa, that changed everything." Because he gave it a snarl. He was snarling during the song.
I don't know what to do with it. I guess I like it. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't like it at first. Then it kind of became acceptable. 5.116754.
Okay,
5.1.
Bill seems a little more into it than you, but that he can
Interesting, but not very good. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm not into it.
I kind of toe tapped. I knew the words. It's more of a 498.
Oh, we're in the same ballpark.
498. Yeah, it doesn't do much. Chance to turn it off.
I teased it yesterday, you guys.
And you made a bit. I told you.
It's the 1960s, so I don't play the 60s very often.
I know there's only probably another 400,000 songs that would have gotten ratings in the 8s. And you went with
not
this.
particularly
I played a lot of
inventive
those songs.
I've heard that song a zillion times.
Not inventive. Do I play the 60s very often?
No, you don't.
Mid 60s, even at that 1965. I think it's pretty inventive on my behalf.
Okay.
On my behalf.
Let's get some ratings before we get to Bill's. Some ratings here. Guilt Nerd, a 3. Notorious B.I.B., 6.1. John in Southeast Lincoln, a low 3.5. Rod in Lincoln, 7. Sanderson says 7.2. Corey in Lincoln, a 3.
Oh.
Low for him.
Ooh.
Jennifer, 7.5. Hubby, a 7. Husker Mike in Waterloo says a 9.
A 9. Husker Mike.
That's
Wow.
right. And Millard Mike in Colorado gives it 8.2.
What
wheelhouse.
What about our other friend in Columbus?
I'm trying to find. I don't see our friend. I don't see that friend on here. I can't. Oh, hang on a second. Who in Columbus? Bird 2. Just popped up. 2.
Thank you, Bird.
It just popped up.
Bird 2. That was beautiful.
Bird 2.
How about
Bird
this?
gave it a 2.
Sanderson gives a quote. Sip says, "Quote: I've heard it a million times, but I thought it was from the 90s. There's no 90s sound to that at all.
Here's why I've heard it, because 16. There's another station that uses it for something as like a rejoiner or something.
Do you think it was an REM song?
No.
Does that sound like REM? Mike
I've heard it a lot because there's another station that uses it for something. They use it for something. Oh, they use it for a bit. That's why I've heard it a lot. They use it for a bit.
And that's because I think it's 90s then because of that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Kevin Kugler loves that song.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
You haven't played it before, and we did establish, and we're doing this.
Yes, this is going to start $100, right? Steve, explain.
Okay. If Jake doubles up on a song, it's a $100 fine, and there's
Put it on my tab.
There's no
there's no tab. You pay it.
You have owed us $100 several times. We've not paid.
But this is an official declaration we're making. There's no reason for you to double up on songs. 0.
I think there was one day you said if I say 100 again, I owe both of you $100, and
that's true.
I'm still waiting on that $100 bill.
No, it's about 400.
I think we're due some money here. Doesn't happen.
You can't double up on songs, okay?
I'm not trying to. It's not intentional.
I'm
never
going to say right now he doesn't double up on this one. I don't think.
I've never played that song.
I don't think. I'm sure we don't hear it again. I don't think
could play it again down the road. You never know. I'll forget.
I hope we're doing this in 2038.
Wow, I'd be old.
Well, yeah.
Before we get to Bill's throws, a quick legal ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's time for Bugaboo Tuesday. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
We need bonanza.
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, Bill's Thrills is always sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387. Stop by just north of 27th and Old Cheney. Bill, the floor is yours on a Bugaboo Tuesday.
Yeah, real quick, I wanted to mention I was texting with Ty Steinkühler, which is part of the Incredible Advisors, and we mentioned a friend of ours that's also a client of his, and I said, have you mentioned to him yet about the tax-free app? He gave me a ha 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 back. He goes, that was funny. He goes, that the tax-free app, is something that he is now expanding onto his clients, and it's going really well. He said it's going really well. And so
you helped this.
I did.
You are kind of the marketer.
I was kind of the marketer like that, and I kind of made the app, and I kind of gave him the idea and just run it through that. So it helps a lot. So
this is very much a financial show.
Yeah, it is.
I'm in better financial shape because of this show.
Yeah, Lee Sterling, what to gamble on? Tax-free app.
Oh, how about Lee Sterling? Give it just before your Bugaboo. Just give Lee Sterling the big high five.
Kudos.
Yeah. He said it was a terrible matchup for Nebraska. Texas A&M.
Terrible.
And he was right.
Texas A&M.
Take A&M.
Yeah, he kind of poo-pooed the whole game.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what?
He was right. He did. He laughed right in Nebraska's face. All the fans. Guys, bad matchup.
Right.
Bad matchup.
Bad matchup. You guys are in. Yeah, Lee Sterling. Yeah, think about you want to get rich. There's your guy.
Talk to Lee.
Okay,
right,
we got something. We got Bugaboo.
Oh boy,
we got something that bothers me a lot. We're gonna go back in time, and Josh won't get this. Jake may have caught a cusp of it, but I doubt it. Me and Sipple lived it live, and it's exhausting that it's over. The epic elimination of Countertop communication. The epic elimination of Countertop communication. Better times. When all the household communication was handled by a note left on the countertop.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
That is how everything was handled. There was that so if I came home in 4th grade to an empty house, real simple, what's going on? Not a problem. There's a note right there on the counter, and you knew where the note would be. It wasn't like, well, I left a note. Where'd you leave it? On the TV. No, it was on the counter. It's on the TV. It's not. It was on, and you knew
on the bookcase,
and you knew the spot that it was.
Pretty much.
You knew, hey, this is where I'm going to look for the stuff at. This is what's going to happen like that. That's just the way it'd be. When I left my house with Duke in 4th grade on my bike to go fishing, what'd you do? Left a note. Just left a note. Real crystal clear.
Going to the lake.
Going to the lake. Going down to the river. We're going fishing. We have our plan for us. Quick fix. Left a note. That I use paper towels. Paper towels was my note card.
Did you really?
I use paper because they're always right there. Whip one off. Boom. I'd write it on a paper towel. That was where.
Interesting.
The paper
I never
towel.
did that.
The paper towel was used a lot in our house just for availability. It was right there. My mom always had paper towels at the ready. And so that's where those notes were made to have that for. Also on this one, if you left a note, be home at 10 p.m., whatever, rolled in 11:30, parents would put it in your face. Like that. Said right here, be home at 10. It's on the note.
I got proof.
It's right here. It's on the note. And that's what was well discussed and went
Ron
over.
Doesn't strike me as the type to put it in your face.
No, that was mentioned. It was mentioned. It would be there.
Ron's more subtle.
And the part that gets you is that one day it all ended and you don't know what that day was. There was a day when you never wrote a note again. And all of a sudden you don't even remember when it was.
Yeah, I think you can still sticky notes.
But no, I'm saying for communication, because once you got your phone, it was just a text. Everything was a text message. Yeah. You don't remember when the day was all of a sudden. But all communication and anything that was if someone came home, hey, where's Bill at? I don't know. His note said he went he's over at Brett Wall's house.
Paper towels
right over here. That's what it documents everything.
Towel. Interesting that you used paper towel.
Wasn't it great? Better times.
Better times. Now it's text. Although I still get them. I mean, this is all. It's always for me. These things. I must be in. I was in trouble a lot, obviously, because it was always trouble for me if I saw it. I was like, oh God, what did I do? Yeah. There's a sticky note. There's an admonishing me for something.
How about the note?
It could be a wife. It could be my mom. It's usually a woman. And I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
And also, how about sometimes you had the to-do list on there?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick here. Do this when you come home like that. Make sure.
Yeah. Mow the lawn by the time Dad gets home.
Exactly. Have this done. So
You got a half hour. Get it done.
Yeah, sticky notes are never usually good. I mean, it just when I see them, I still like, oh God, what's on that? You know, and sometimes it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
There's
But
some
now
money in them.
It's all text messages now.
It's
better
all
time. There's no notes anymore. Notes don't exist anymore.
Text.
You text the person on what to do.
Yep.
It was fun to get the note when you came home. It was all right. It was fun to have the note.
You knew this. I'm aware of it. I had the spot. It was on the counter. It was indeed on the countertop.
Was it usually your mom?
Either on the table or the countertop. There was 2 spots, but I knew that there's only those 2 spots.
Was it usually your mom?
Yes.
Yeah, my dad. I don't mind remember my dad doing a lot of notes.
No, it's more. It'd be more mom. But I left notes all the time when I booked out. You know, wherever I had, and it was a rule kind of leave a note.
Sort
of
liberating.
You know what the worst was? I'd wake up in the summertime and there'd be a note on my breakfast spot with my chore list for the day.
Don't like
Thanks,
that
Mom.
one. Don't like that
I
one.
can't wait to do that. Thanks, Mom.
Don't like that
I was
one.
going to play baseball today, but I guess I'll wait for that.
Usually
the chores.
Anything from the text line, Jake?
Yes, I do.
I like that one.
Simple's #1 fan. How about that for a text name?
Nice.
Says, my wife and I are both 34 years and we still use countertop notes. So
Good.
we have not
Nice. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Someone says ours was with a magnet on the fridge. That was the
Yeah.
next spot.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That
fridge magnet.
But you had to know.
Yeah.
It was also a stunt you would pull if you wanted to get out of something. Be like, I left a note, but then where'd you leave it at? On top of the TV. And like, really? Because that's not where we leave a note
That's
at.
not the spot.
That's not the spot. There's a spot. You don't just go.
TV.
You don't go looking around the house for the note. It's like the note. It's like, where'd you look? I looked on the counter. That's the spot for the note.
Table or the counter.
Whatever your spot is, you name the spot.
What else you got
Someone
there?
says Billy needs to write a book about all these Bills thrills.
Well,
That's from Big B.
I mean, I think at this point you could.
I don't know. I don't think it's that.
I'd read the book.
I'd read it.
Read it.
Well, yeah, I
Would all
think
be
people like
bugaboos or Bills thrills in general of all the totality?
vignettes.
Vignettes. Okay.
That's what it would be. Vignettes. It would take a lot. I mean, writing's. I mean, it would take a lot. It'd take you a long time to do it.
Do people remember the note writing, Jake?
They do. Yeah, the people are with us. People are with us.
I think the book is a good idea, by the way.
The Bill,
because there's enough of them.
Bill's Thrills,
me
the
as
book.
an author. How do you spell that?
Caveat.
Caveat. Why is he using? Bill used like 30 semicolons. I don't think that's really
Yeah,
the
Sim
right.
edits say there's 75 mistakes.
You'd be
in
my
the first
editor.
page.
I could. I do
You
get
could-
it.
you
I
could-
would write it.
You'd have
Maybe.
a headache. Oh,
I mean,
so many mistakes.
I'd have
Would you
to
be
have
a
some-
ghostwriter? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
I'd need some money up front.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway,
That's,
that's a good one. That's
Yes,
a good
that was
one.
great. I like that. That's Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Hour 2 next. An early break in the ticket.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of your liberty and pursuit of your justice for those that have been injured. My name is Seth Morris, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our relentless trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Furor's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Furor's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
high schoolers. Unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather and no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for the Masters in April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location just opened up. End of February at 70th and Pioneers. And what do we have for Steve Schindler today?
We have a big day for Steve, but I think we should start off with the package that Jake got yesterday.
I need to give a big shout out to Doug and Sam and Brad and Brian, everybody involved with the care package that was sent to my house yesterday. Yeah. Care package
for
my
baby?
wife, for the
Elizabeth.
baby.
Incoming,
baby. I got a onesie. It said eat, sleep, save, repeat. So, and it said Midwest Bank. Very funny.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
There's a blanket, also a little baby puppy on there.
You got a puppy in a box?
A plush puppy. So very, very kind of everybody.
Midwest Bank.
That was our
Midwest
the
Bank.
president, CEO, Doug Johnson himself.
Is that the CEO of the Lincoln Bank?
The whole bank.
Runs every branch.
The bank.
He's like the president of every branch. Yes.
Doug Johnson.
Doug Johnson.
Yes.
College classmate of mine was in the dorm room. He lived with Doug Evans just down the hallway.
No, but at Wesleyan.
At Wesleyan, yes.
So they're over
baseball player
on the north side.
Baseball player, north side. Yes.
He was a baseball player.
Baseball player, yes.
For the Wesleyan Plainsmen.
For the Plainsmen, yes.
So a big shout out. Thank you to Midwest Bank. That was very kind and considerate of them.
And this is in our studio.
Said Steve Schindler,
That's
which is
Shin
a
Daddy.
cutout of Shin Daddy.
And Shin Daddy's got a bit, and I think Steve will like this.
Where does Shin Daddy work?
What's that? He works at the Creighton Bank, Creighton, Nebraska, north of Norfolk. That's been very mesmerizing to you also with the location of the bank.
Yeah.
And you've met him and you've talked to him several times.
That's right.
Just want to make sure. I think Steve will like what Steve Sipple will like what Shin Daddy has going today. Is that he wants to make things a little more authentic. He wants to go back in time and just make things more comfortable. So he's got Main Street's going to be busy. So watch your kids and just hang on because there's big trucks coming through with gravel. They're going to gravel the parking lot. They're graveling the parking lot. He wants to have that when you drive into the parking lot, that sound of driving on gravel, and it just puts you at ease and it takes you back to better times.
It does.
And when you park on gravel now, so they're putting gravel over the top of the hard surface
all around the bank.
All around the bank now will be all gravel. So when you pull in, you're going to feel like this is what it was like back in the day.
Going to Pawnee Park Baseball Stadium, gravel,
Yes, gravel.
Gravel.
So they're
good sound.
Oh, the sound.
Gravel's a good sound.
How about when you walk on it? They just can't you hear it? I can just hear that sound.
They're nice.
Oh God,
especially when you had cleats on.
Yeah, and also the best time. So when you cleats on, then when you drive in also on gravel, when you so it's like a spring day out, window down, you can really hear it in your tires. Oh,
he's putting gravel all around.
He's doing gravel around the entire bank, taking it to the street. Yeah, taking it to
and
the
yesterday was like a flea market.
Bank stock.
Bank stock.
Yeah, instead of junk stock.
How did that go?
Really well. Really well. And they a lot of money, and all the money goes back to the kids. It all goes back
charity.
Charity. Yes, everything's charity based.
Wow.
So today, be careful on the streets.
A lot of trucks
coming through with loaded full of gravel. Gravel trucks coming through and dumping it. And Steve will be out there spreading it with the rake. He will be out there.
A lot of gravel to spread.
A lot of gravel to spread.
Of course, he'll still do banking. He's amazing.
Yeah, if you want to get a loan or something, or
he'll stop gravel.
He'll stop gravel. Go ahead in there.
Do a loan, but
I think the kids. It's really important that those trucks they are moving through a little town.
Yeah, and then also that they don't. You can't just stop on a dime.
No,
it's a lot of weight. So they have the air brakes. I get that. But.
Well, I look forward to seeing all.
You get that?
I get that.
Travel. Can't wait to see the gravel.
There's gonna be gravel all around the bank.
Yeah,
because better times.
Yeah,
Steve is a man of the people. He really is. He proves it every day, but this is above and beyond.
So yesterday it was junk stock.
Bank stock.
Bank stock.
Bank stock.
Bank stock.
Bank stock.
And today gravel.
Gravel. Yes. Midwest
a lot
Bank.
Going on up there.
A lot going up there. Pretty busy.
Look at him.
Always something.
He's number one.
He's number one. He is number one.
A lot of energy for Steve Schindler. Never slows down. It's amazing.
Invented FDIC.
That's remarkable.
That's big. So that's our hour two sponsors. Thanks to Midwest Bank and of course Steve Schindler here. 464-5685. Call or text as always. We got a press conference today at Nebraska. We have one.
Really?
Troy Dannon, the new AD.
Is Steve Sipple going to be in attendance?
He will be there.
Nice.
And what time is this press conference?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of a multi-layered situation.
Oh,
they
help us out here.
Yeah, I think what happens is they're going to have a introductory. I would call it a occasion, a party in the West Stadium for him. It's optional for the media to attend. It'll be like his speech. Think about like when Frost was introduced. Remember that?
I do.
At West Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there were reporters at that, and they asked questions. They're doing it a little differently. That's for invited guests. Then the new AD, Troy Dannon, will go down to the Hawks Center and meet the media. I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to go up to the big to-do in West Stadium.
Why not go to the to-do?
I'm not going to the to-do because you can watch it on screens. I don't know. It's just not. I just don't want to do that.
But you're kind of the to-do of
you know what? I don't want to do it. So
you're iconic sports writer of the year, and you're not going to go to the. How does the sports writer of the year not go to the to-do?
I'm glad you're asking me. I wondered if you would or not. I don't know why. I just don't feel I need to.
That could change.
But it's reversed. They need to see you.
They sure don't need to see me. There's
calming the people down. It's calming for the masses when you show up.
It's not calming.
It's very calming.
No.
Okay,
I'll tell you right now.
Good.
Keith Mann's going to be a little bit on edge. Keith Mann will be on edge when he doesn't see you.
No, he'll be fine.
He did mention over there.
He did mention to me that he did. He indicated that I should go.
He give you.
too good for him.
No, I
guess see the second session.
You can watch his, we'll call his stump speech, Troy Dannon's
stump speech
on video from the Hawk Center. So I'm just going to go to the Hawk Center. And then he comes down, and when the media people will be able to ask him some questions, and that's where Jake comes in.
Well, the question I have for you and the listeners is what questions do listeners hope that are addressed to Troy Dannon?
One big one?
What's the most important things that he needs to be asked?
Well, I think there's one
there's one big one, and then there's one I'm interested if you guys even care about. The one is the stadium project.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But that can't be your question.
Why?
Because that's like everybody's question. So you got to have something a little more in depth and something a little more, hey, whoa, that was a great question.
What is the question? Is the question simply, is it going to continue? I mean, are you moving forward with the stadium project? Isn't that the question?
That's the question you want answered, yes. But I think that's, right now, I guess if all 20 of you reporters got together, it's on each one of your sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with something that's not on everyone's sheet.
Well, there's another one that I go back and forth on whether people care or not. This is what I wonder about you guys. I'm interested in what you guys think. Do you care about the hiring process? Do you care that he was hired by an interim president, Chris Kaborek? And do you ask the question, did you talk to Dr. Gold, who's going to be the president? And will you report to Gold?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how does this all work? It looked like Kaborek hired you. Was Gold involved? And will the AD continue to report to the president? Because for years and years before the Trev Carter setup, which quickly went the way of the dodo bird, it
didn't go well for the dodo bird. We don't have one anymore.
Now, go on. See, the structure is the AD reports to the president, which is new, and those two parties are no longer here. Well, my guess is Dannon will continue to report to the president, which will be Gold. But I don't know that for sure. Now, what else would you want to ask Dannon?
I think you want to ask him that. How will you handle down the road when the governor call to action? How will you directly?
You need to go to the press conference.
I'd like to raise my hand,
just like you did.
Just like that, real quick. That's a little loose change here. I want to get cleaned up here. When Governor Pillen has a call to action, how do you respond? Do you respond directly?
Call to action has become very prominent in our vocabulary now. We have a call to action.
We need a sounder for that now.
We need
a call to action.
We need a call to action. Something has to be done. We need to get hold of the governor immediately.
I'm not going to.
So I want to know. I want to know how the new AD is going to handle.
You could phrase it this way. What will your level of urgency be if the governor sends out a call to action
that's been sent out?
Yeah, please give us all.
This is not.
Be thorough on this, please.
Why do we? If he says, "Why do you ask?" You say, "Because there's a history."
It just happened.
There's a history.
2 weeks ago.
This happened last week.
That would stop the new AD in his tracks.
Do we have any other times where the governor gave a call to action to the regions?
I don't think so.
It's the first one
on record.
I love the call to action.
I absolutely love it. It was one of my. I know this. They had a president and AD within about 36 hours.
They did after the call to action.
After the call to action.
Guess when the governor requests something.
Yeah, he requests
a big
something.
smile on his face. That's right. I did that.
That's right.
I made that happen.
Anyway,
here's a question I would have. I'm not sure how you would phrase this, because that's why we're talking this through. But like his thoughts of having two coaches extended with contracts in the short time before he was actually named as the interim or the permanent AD.
Yeah, some of these things are sort of awkward. Like, did you have any input in that? Would he have had any input on that?
No.
Really?
No. I think for him, I think if that's me, I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
I want to hear that.
There's no conversation that I'm involved in. Let's just give worst case scenario. No extension. Fred has a great year this year. Finishes third. Go to the tournament. Didn't win, but still things trending the right way. What if they have a no extension and next season is not good?
Okay, now here's Dan just could come in right away and do the extension. Now,
he could.
And they could have said, Dennis LeBlanc, your friend, our friend of the show, Chris Kaborek, they could have said, well, let's wait till we have our AD in place. And let's wait till we have a president in place before we make these extensions to the basketball coach of the men and the basketball coach of the women. Instead, they went ahead and did it. Now, that what makes me wonder it makes me wonder if someone was coming after Fred. I mean, that's what it makes me wonder, that they had to get this done. We have to get this done. There's jobs open.
Possible.
Oh, I would.
There were jobs open.
I could highly imagine.
It's very possible.
I think on the show we made it pretty clear after the Kansas State game to extend him. I know on the show.
We did.
And
they were probably following your lead.
They listen to the show a lot more than what people want to admit.
They do.
The radio's on a lot more over there in North Stadium than what you think.
I hope they understand that sometimes we're just joking around and they don't follow our.
We're not joking about the reboot the Bob. We're not joking about that.
Nope.
We're not joking about having that retractable roof put in.
More about reboot the Bob to me than the
financially. That one seems a little bit easier to
me. I want to
be
able to push the button though at the dome. I really want the
so Troy, Dan, and what else are those are the thing. I mean, there's really only two major questions I have. Oh, there is another one. And now listen, guys, this is a little gray, but ADs, there's certain ADs that emphasize the win-loss category more than others. Let me explain. Trev, that's where I really praise Trev. Trev was all about, hey, wins and losses matter. Winning matters. Now you'd say, well, who doesn't? Who doesn't it matter to? Well, some emphasize it more. It's a matter of degrees. I thought Eichhorst was not about it. He was more about the comfort and how you treat student athletes, which is important. That's important too. But it just always felt like the win-loss thing took a little bit of a back seat. With Trevi came in and immediately said, I've told the coaches it matters. The bottom line matters. It's got to matter. And everything we do, it has to matter. Now, I hope I like that about Trev. I did like that part of Trev. And in fact, I liked pretty much every part of Trev until he just left after 2.5 years. And that was a problem. But I like the way he proceeded. As ADs go, and there's been a few of them here in recent years, I thought he was the best on that almost, and emphasizing that part. I know John Cook appreciated that right out of the gate. So I'm interested in that. I don't know how to ask Dan in that question. I've bandied it about in my head.
Also, what about asking him?
Yes,
with which is 100%. Whatever is within the rules. How will you work with 1890?
That's a very good question. And I don't mind addressing this on the air. I don't mind saying this at all. This is where I had a big problem with Trev, that he had no relationship with 1890. I don't mind saying it. He didn't. There was no relationship. There was nothing that he didn't help them. There was zero relationship for a variety of reasons I wouldn't even want to get into, but
so there's pushback on you loved everything about Trev.
Except that.
Except that.
And that's an example I get frustrated. Yeah, I get frustrated with Nebraska because it tends to work against itself. It has over the years where you're like, why you do this? Why can't you just get on the same page on this?
There has to be a relationship within the rules.
Within the rules.
Within the rules of the AD in 1890.
There can be.
Yes, and they're not doing anything illegal.
No.
They have to have knowledge of what's going on. They have to have a working relationship. They have to be very civil and friendly with each other. That's
it would help.
That's what has to happen.
It would
and
help.
Obviously 1890 is doing extremely well. Matt Davison's killing it.
Right.
And everything about it
you
is
just raised a great point. Thank you, Bill. And I get where you're coming from. That might be a question where you ask Dan and off to the side. Like, what is your knowledge of 1890, and how do you intend to work with them?
I think it's an upfront question.
Could be an upfront.
I think it's an upfront. I understand the reason why you might want to say off on the side, but still on the record, I guess.
That's a great point, though. That was a problem I had with Trev, a big one. His unwillingness to work with 1890, and I don't mind saying on the radio. It's true. It's just a dead honest truth. I mean, it's not comfortable. There's people that will be rankled by me saying it, but it's the damn truth. And it was unfortunate, and it was an example of Nebraska working against itself, which I'll never understand why you do it, except there's organizations that you guys have probably been involved in where everybody's not on the same page.
You'd be shocked at what I'm not involved in. You'd be shocked. I don't think I even belong to an organization. I don't have any idea.
You belong to your three-legged stool.
Three-legged stool.
This is your organization here.
We communicate well, don't we?
I'm going to start to get better with Pheasants Forever. That's our organization.
Do I think we communicate well?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Generally, you and Jake do a better job than I do. I'm not
pretty well.
Pretty well. I'm fairly.
We have some really funny stuff. Really, really funny stuff. I like to screenshot and circle and send back
what Jake says.
I'll send some like the one I sent to you when I sent to you. This is like watching myself die.
Jake said that.
Jake said that.
Yeah, I felt that way.
I'm in agony.
I can confirm. Sip looked over, and I was just sunk in my chair, barely even watching the game because it's so depressed.
I didn't even watch. I couldn't even watch.
You could barely even see the
Beale
court.
Street's empty.
Yeah, it was.
Beale Street's empty.
A couple questions coming in from the Breakers.
Yeah, what do the Breakers have?
Hey, the Breakers have some questions for
Okay,
you.
I'd like to. Should I write them?
Yeah, write them down.
I would be surprised if this question gets brought up today.
All right.
Probably not the right setting for it, but someone wants to know thoughts on alcohol sales at the stadium.
Yeah.
I think it's a good question.
Do you think that right away
It'll be
opening press
it'll
conference?
just be passed off as right now.
Yeah.
That'll be something that we'll address and talk about. That's all he's going to say, but I think that's a good question.
Yeah. John in Southeast Lincoln says, what are his thoughts on profit sharing with the athletes? Okay. This one, Mr. Sparky says, one big one. Why did you leave Washington after just a few months of being on the job?
Yeah, 5 months.
No one will want to ask it, but it'd be a great question.
Important.
5 months at Mont Lake, they call it.
Yeah.
Mont Lake. I think it was 5 months. October. Add it up. It was October.
I mean, if you ask the hard question, it would be real simple. You in your video or your interview, you stated that you moved here. This is a place for your family to live forever.
Yes.
This is
the audio.
This is my spot. This is my. It's his first time at a Power 5. First time in a Power 5 school as leading it. 'Cause he was at Northern Iowa leader.
Yep.
Then he went to Tulane.
Yep.
Okay, and then so his first time there.
Washington.
They're in the Big Ten, and now you made a move after. And I know it's going to come back to where it's family, but still. It's still a little bit odd because it
sure is.
If I wanted to get back to Nebraska, I wouldn't move to Missouri, type of thing. It's not the same,
right?
It's not if you want to get back home, Iowa's Iowa. I understand that part,
right?
Of it. But it's not like, well, yeah, it is closer. I understand that.
Close enough.
But anyway, I think it's a good question.
Yep.
I think Marshalltown is about 240 miles from Lincoln. You can Google that. 200
Because I think everyone involved, or not involved, but from looking out, it's like everyone says, well, Trev went to A&M. He played at Nebraska. Nebraska was doing, and it's considered by 94% a lateral move.
Absolutely, yeah. That's
So
not not clearly
it's not
move
clear.
up.
It's not when you just go, hey guys, he had a chance to go to be the AD at Alabama, sit with Nick Saban. Nope.
Only Mike Elko.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they've never been a factor in college football.
Not
ever.
a major one. I'll push back.
No, they won it all like in 1946.
Well, didn't Slocum win a conference title? Maybe
he did. He upset Kansas State in like in 19.
You remember?
Yeah, like 1998.
Yeah,
they upset them, and they went to the Cotton Bowl.
We're in our prime.
Yeah, so there's your.
Hey, hold on. There's one thing I wanted to say.
Say it.
Running late.
I mean,
news?
Why would he come here? Don't just shed a little light on why he might come here from Washington. Washington's athletic department has an $8 million deficit. $8 million deficit. I mean, it'll be a little smoother sailing here.
Oh, there's reasons, but it'd be interesting to see what it is because no matter how you look at it, if you went anywhere for 5 months, everyone, if you came, if I came here for 5 months and sat on the show, then all of a sudden I just left.
But people would be like,
well, why did you do that? What was going on there?
I worked in Grand Island for 6 months, but everybody knew why I left. They were running me out of town.
They're ready to go.
I wasn't surprised.
There was a list. There was a list.
We'll hear from Troy Dannon today. We'll have some audio tomorrow. Jim Harbaugh
has a file. He has a file.
JJ McCarthy next.
Pull the file out on Sipple.
Really breaking.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Homeowners, are you tired of paying for a lawn care service when the results are leaving your lawn lifeless and full of weeds? Is your lawn sick of being ghosted by your service provider when they don't show up? Maybe it's time for a switch. At Weedman Lawn Care, excellent results, proactive communication, and superior customer care is what we're all about. Don't take my word for it. Check out our Google reviews. See the Weedman difference on your lawn. Go to weedman.com and get 50% off your first application with your program. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This Friday is Good Friday, and you know what else is good? The incredible chocolates and confections at the Chocolate Season. Help us celebrate Good Friday by joining 93.7 The Ticket for live broadcasts from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Chocolate Season in Williamsburg Village. Come see how their chocolate is made. Enjoy Easter-themed treats and, of course, live radio. The Chocolate Season, March 29th from 8 to 2 with 93.7 The Ticket. I'll see you there.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of March, take advantage of fixed-rate financing as low as 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeding inventory online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the Original Super Glue. Stop by your local participating Westlake Ace Hardware locations for your $10 savings coupon. Restrictions may apply. See store for details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday and Saturday.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We'll get back to another Jim Harbaugh story in 1 second. Before that, quick plug for our friends out in Holdridge, Nebraska. Score One Smoking. Chris Nelson knows most of the people he sells products for and competes against them. He's got barbecue rubs and sauces for both competitors and backyard grillers alike. Not just competition barbecue, he also caters in the Holdridge area for large events.
Go to score1smokin.com. Get the barbecue rubs and sauces, or on Facebook and Instagram also at Score1Smokin.
I was texting with those guys last night. They were in a major blizzard.
Ooh.
So I had a chance. Yeah. So Chris was preparing food all night and all day. So if anyone gets caught out on the roads, they get stuck, they can get to them in a tractor and they'll bring them a brisket.
Almost want to get stuck.
Almost want to get stuck. So if anyone within a 10-mile area that gets stuck, all they got to do is just get a hold of Chris, and then
get a tractor.
And so Chris and Parker then will deliver the food.
No kidding.
To them like that.
Drive on the interstate.
Yeah, pulled pork on the wherever you're at. They're going to get to you.
You're not going to starve to death.
No, they're going to starve to death. But they don't
you
run
might
away.
freeze to death, but you're not going to starve.
You might be stuck for a while.
They're not going to pull you out. They're just going to give you a sandwich.
Sorry, I hope you make this.
Hope you make it. Here's some baked beans, some pulled pork, some pulled pork, and good luck to you.
Just coleslaw. You want the coleslaw?
You'll love it.
Here's a tart. A pecan pie tart.
Score one.
Score1smokin.com. Also, Facebook, Instagram at Score1Smokin. No G. SMOKIN.
Yes.
Score1Smokin.
Competitive.
That's right.
Can I say something about 1890 real fast?
Yes, please do.
Hey, guys, I mean, just so people understand, I think they do. There might be some stragglers that don't. If you're getting Rink Mass back, if you're getting Bryce Williams back, if you're getting Juwan Gary back, etc., if you're getting, who else, Jake? Who are we talking about?
Jamarcus Lawrence.
Jamarcus Lawrence, thank you. If you're getting them back, is because you have a thriving, collective. I mean, that's how you're getting them back. I mean, it's the only shot. It's the only shot you're going to have. I mean, if Rink wants to go somewhere and play overseas, and says, "Well, I can make this," Fred can come counter and say, "Well, we can do this." The only way you do that is if you have a thriving collective that's organized and ready.
Organized is the key.
Yeah.
Not random.
Not random.
Well, yeah, I think the money went to the right spot. That's like one of those situations where it's like there's these fundraisers, you want to give money to this, and all of a sudden you find out it didn't actually even go to where it should go. It goes to this goes to the right people.
Yeah.
This is handled the right way from the top down. The organizational structure that Matt talks about it through Sandhills is incredible because they have access to lawyers and publicity, accountants, and everything they have done. And that money doesn't come from the money that you donate to 1890. That's not where it's come. Yes,
the Peds put that structure in place.
They did.
I can't emphasize
top
enough.
Down.
Yeah, you can't emphasize enough how important that element is right now. You can't. It's the only. That's how you're getting players. Go ahead, Jake. Harbaugh.
Thank you. Jim Harbaugh. We mentioned earlier in the show that Jim Harbaugh is living in an RV in California.
It's incredible. And he had a garage sale to sell all of his
snow globes.
He has a ton of snow globes. Lots of snow globes at the Harbaugh household in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Well, he also kept talking.
Who's taking the money?
Where's he going?
Honey, I need 100.
Send it over.
No, you don't. You're making $9 million.
What are you talking about?
Hey, imagine asking his wife, "Hey, what did we make on the deal?" Oh, we made, we made 2,000.
Awesome.
I just made that in the last 5 minutes.
This phone call.
On this phone call, I just made that much money.
Yeah. So Jim Harbaugh also kept talking about actual football beyond the RV life. And he said, and this is no surprise because he is obviously the former head coach of Michigan, but he says in his opinion that J.J. McCarthy is the best quarterback in the draft. A draft that features Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix.
It's not a great quarterback draft.
I got a take on it.
Okay, what do you got?
Hey, can I say that though? Is it not a great quarterback draft?
I think it is because there's so many.
Okay.
There's a lot of numbers that are coming into it. I don't know if there's that one where you just go, wow, that's the guy in this spot. We can go through some of those.
Go ahead.
My take on it is real simple. The conversation might be way different if Harbaugh was on the clock, which means he had a top pick, or they were in line to take a quarterback.
It would be different.
He can say this and say, and to help his guy out and say he is the best quarterback 100%. Jim, are you guys considering trading to get him? No,
we got Justin Herbert.
We're good. We're not doing anything with a quarterback.
There's an emptiness to his words.
Yes, so there's not when
no, that's not empty, but you're right.
But all of a sudden, if he'd be on the clock, like we have the third pick overall, and you guys
take him,
and they don't have a quarterback.
Take him.
Right now, they just say that'd be different. Now you're going to take him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't have to answer that question.
No, he doesn't.
He's not on the clock. The Chargers aren't taking him.
Jake, I've detected a lot of skepticism about McCarthy
I have
in your mind?
He is a winner. No matter the winner, it's important to be a winner in college football. But I just don't think there's something about his game that is missing. I don't think he's the best, most accurate quarterback in terms of passing.
It's just the volume.
It was never put on him to win games in terms of his arm.
Yeah, the volume is what you're missing, and enough clips.
Did he have the receivers?
They had a great running back.
Did he have the receivers?
A great running team.
Did he have the receivers?
They beat Penn State. And he didn't attempt to pass in the second half.
Did he have the receivers? Did he have the receivers? What if he had Marvin
They ran
Harrison?
the ball every time.
Did he have the receivers?
He didn't have Marvin
Roman
Harrison.
Wilson, pretty good. They had Johnson, a big receiver, but he was not. He's all right. He's not an NFL guy.
Here is Jim's quote on McCarthy in his pro day. He says, quote, "I've been to a lot of pro day workouts and watched quarterbacks throw. That was the best I've ever seen a quarterback do at a pro day. I mean, not only was feet great and the individual drills, but then he started throwing, and it was like every throw was right there. I thought our receivers did a great job too. They had a great day, but I've never seen a throwing day like I saw with J.J. McCarthy."
Well, the underwear Olympics tell you a little bit, but not that much.
Wow.
Also, I didn't hear that from everyone else.
Yeah.
No one went off like that wasn't good.
They said he had a good pro day, but it wasn't like exceptional.
And they clearly said that there was several overthrows. So when he says there was never a throw that was off, that's not true either.
No.
I hear you.
It's a great job by him. It's brilliant. Why would you not?
He's your guy.
Could you imagine Jim walking in to Michigan with we had the Michigan hat back on, coming into the indoor. Imagine him coming in. You think he stopped by and saw Ward Manuel?
No,
he stopped.
I don't.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
I don't think so either.
Probably not even considered. No. Ward almost fired him. Jim won that battle.
He did.
McCarthy's interesting to me, Jake. I kind of get what you're saying. I watched the combine. He looked good, man.
He looked good in the combine.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
No, he's a first round draft pick.
Yeah,
he's a first round.
But if your team is taking him, are you thrilled about?
Are you the Bears? The Bears
are taking him number 1 overall. They're taking Caleb Williams most likely. So they would disagree with
Kuiper?
this assessment.
Is that Kuiper?
Yes, Jake Kuiper over here.
Yeah.
No, Mel
Kippers.
What about Jake Kuiper?
Yeah, Jake Kuiper also.
I don't
think that's the right pick, but they're going to take him.
You guys don't remember this, but we butted heads on Caleb Williams. I'm not as big on Caleb Williams as a lot of people.
I'm also not high on him. I'm with you on this one.
Really?
I think that's I would have kept Justin Fields over getting Caleb Williams if I was the Bears.
Yeah, that whole deal about Williams, how he scrambles around and all that, that's nice, but that's not the NFL. It's not the NFL.
He's the same guy as Fields. It's the same quarterback as Fields is basically.
Well, he's got stronger.
The only thing
is bigger and stronger.
Yeah, what he has going for him is the Bears are much better as a team.
Yeah, they got
as a
Moore
team.
and Keenan Allen as receivers
they're,
now.
They're a much better team. So it's not going to be. You can't compare the two. You can't compare when Justin Fields came in and then when he came in. You can't compare the two.
So we'll see.
McCarthy's interesting.
But Jim Harbaugh has spoken.
Yeah, they didn't have to put it on him a lot. He did make plays against Alabama in the semis.
He did make plays
against Alabama. He did. He made some huge throws late in that game. I don't know what to think because there's just not a lot of.
There's a lot.
They didn't have to put it on him a lot.
And that's it. There's just not much volume. There's not as many throws, many plays they had to do because he just wasn't asked to do that.
Didn't have to. And I'm telling you, the big part of his receivers, he had tight ends. He didn't have great receivers. I didn't. What would you say, Bill? He didn't have a Marvin Harrison.
No.
Definitely not the same receiving core as Ohio State. Absolutely. Not even close. But they're good.
They're good.
They're good. They made plays for him. Yeah. Let us play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. A chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Sip is 1-0. You won yesterday. Nice win in famous streets in America.
Nice.
Today, so we mentioned Greg Kampe, the head coach of Oakland men's basketball, right? They beat Kentucky. They should have beat North Carolina State. They lost in overtime. So we're kind of doing a wild card Wednesday and a Tuesday, as we did yesterday. It's almost a week full of wild card Wednesdays. But today, 1985 songs. He's been in Oakland since 84, 85.
Wait a second. Songs?
1985? I'm going to give you the name of the song. You tell me the band or artist who sang that.
Okay, I'll have a chance. I like 70s better. 80s in my wheelhouse, but I just don't remember listening.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be in your wheelhouse. You're at Pender High, right?
Yep.
I would have just been leaving Pender High.
Okay.
Departed. I would have been in college.
So you're listening to the radio. You were tuned in the 80s.
Did you graduate in 85?
What's that? No, I was already done.
Oh, okay. I graduated in 85, so I'm a little younger than you.
I think you graduated in 84.
Established that.
Yeah. 85 is not his year.
464-5685. Shut up,
true.
Sipple starts right now.
Yes, it is. Been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside
Not a
you.
lie.
It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip in trivia. Trying to go to a 2-0 start on the week. Today's topic, 1985 songs. I'm not playing audio. I'm going to tell you the name of the song. You tell me the singer or the band that sang that.
Hoping for audio.
I know. I'm sure you were. We have...
This is going to be difficult.
Dave on the line. Dave, how do you feel about 1985 songs today?
Oh, not too bad. Just give it a try.
All right. Well,
Dave, thanks for calling.
Bill is a lifeline for SIP for one question, as always. Dave, first question goes to you. What band sang the 1985 song, Everybody Wants to Rule the World?
That would be Tears for Fears.
Brilliant! Indeed. It is Tears
I thought
for
you were going
Fears.
with Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
By Wang Chung, of course. Oh. Yes.
Okay, so Tears for Fears.
Wouldn't have got it. No.
Bill, I'm going to be very disappointed if you guys missed this one. Okay. For the tie, Sip and Bill's in play. What band sang the 1985 song, The Power of Love?
Oh, God. I don't need you. I'm keeping you in my hip pocket. That'd be Huey Lewis, friend of the show.
And the news. Yes, the news.
Steve's trying to get him up there.
We wanted to right here some there. Huey.
He has no idea what a friend of the show he is, but he is a friend of the show.
Back to you, Dave, for the lead. Your last question. All right, Dave, last question. What artist sang from 1985, If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free?
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
That would be Sting.
Yep.
You knew that one.
Oh, yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. I used to play at the pool.
That one did? Did you sing along to it or not?
Maybe.
Figured hang on, I get some problems over here. All right, back to you. 2-1 lead for Dave. Bill's in play.
Yeah,
we're wisely here.
Right, we
need
got some pressure now.
All right, for the tie, what artist sang the song from 1985, All She Wants to Do Is Dance?
Oh, come on. I think you got to say...
Artist, not a band.
Right, it's Henley. Don.
Yes. Don Henley is correct. This goes to you. And Dave will go over under your answer. And
can we consult?
You can, because I haven't used Bill. You can consult with Bill here.
Don Henley, great job.
Yes. All right. Simple question here. How old is Huey Lewis?
Oh. You write down a number, I'll write down.
Hang on.
How old is Huey Lewis, friend of the show? A desired friend of the show, at least.
What do you have?
God, we're close.
I think I'd go with yours. We're only one number off.
Two.
My glasses on.
66.
Okay, 66. Over, under 66 for Huey Lewis's age, Dave.
That's a good guess. I'm going to say over.
Brilliant! 73 years old for Huey Lewis from Huey Lewis in the News.
Yeah.
We took an L.
Yeah, we took an L.
Were you higher or lower than that?
I was low. I said 64. Then, but right away, I go hold it.
Yeah, he went over.
I go. That's got to be.
He's 73.
We should have went with a higher number just to make it more difficult.
73. Think how well he would fit in this room.
We want him right here. Come on, Huey. Come on with this.
Think about how well he'd fit.
God, it'd be incredible.
It would be.
Dave, nice win today, man. We get your bagels. Thanks for calling in.
Could someone let us know? Could they text in? Thank you, Dave. Could text in. We need to get Governor Pillen on. How do we get him on the
call
radio?
to action?
Call to action. We didn't talk about
We're doing a call to action.
How do we get a hold of him? What would be the best way?
I was critical of him.
Here.
I did a speaking engagement with him in Pender in November.
Well, then you
have a direct line. That was your chance.
That was the direct line, but we had a nice conversation.
We should try to get him on.
Would be
but now I was critical of him a little bit a few weeks ago. I think, come on, he's the governor. He's got to have a thick skin.
Yeah, me and Jake weren't, so this is on you.
He's from Columbus.
From Columbus.
Yeah, that was on you.
Yeah,
it was on me a little bit. But
What were you upset about?
Well, I said to just let us do the popping off. Just let us.
Yeah, he'll probably address that. Yeah,
we're the radio show. We pop off. You're the governor. You don't pop off.
Before we get going, you told me to not pop off. Jim Pillen's first words to you.
Don't be a pop off.
All I know is he said call to action. We had a president and AD within 36 hours. So
how's that work?
Yeah, how's that right
go?
in your grill?
Pretty good.
Yeah, Pillen.
He could probably have me out of this chair in 36 hours.
He could too.
Probably good. The spillover is next on early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by the original Super Glue. Stop by your local participating Westlake Ace Hardware locations for your $10 savings coupon. Restrictions may apply. See store for details. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena this Friday and Saturday.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
We're on the air.
Back. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Just myself and Sip, sponsored by Computer Hardware. 70th and O in Lincoln. Go say hi to Trip. He'll fix all your Apple products, computers, watches, phones, and more. Also in Kearney, Hastings, and Grand Island Computer Hardware. Okay, so we want to talk more about this portal. I mean, we do. We mentioned in the show earlier on that Eli Rice and Ramel Lloyd Jr. are in the portal for Nebraska. Lloyd, not a surprise. Eli Rice, somewhat of a surprise. Yes, now, we'll see if anything else happens with Nebraska leaving for guys to the portal. But or who's coming in.
Right.
There's names out there we've mentioned before throughout the week that Frankie Fiddler, who averaged about 20 points a game at Omaha, UNO this year, is in the portal. Of course, a high school teammate of Chucky Hepburn at Bellevue West. Also, William Kyle in the portal from South Dakota State has Nebraska ties also.
Right. So what's Fred going to do? I don't know. Now, Fiddler, and we don't, listen, we established on the show earlier that we think, you backed me on this, I'm not sure Creighton's interested in Fiddler. I don't think that they are.
So stop pause because people will say, well, he was at practice. So yeah, Frankie Fiddler was at Creighton's practice yesterday. That does not mean that they're interested in him coming to the university. They support him. They want him to do well. From what I've been told, I don't think that he is going to be part of their plans.
I've been told the same. So
if that's wrong, then we'll take the L there. But I at this point would be somewhat surprised if Fiddler ends up at Creighton. Nebraska's an option. Wisconsin has reached out to Frankie Fiddler. I know that.
What's happened in media, Jake, I don't know if you've noticed that you can be wrong with very little consequence anymore. So, but that's another story. We did receive a text from Greg in South Carolina, who's very plugged in. Greg.
Hello, Greg. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to Greg in South Carolina, who's very plugged in college basketball. He says Kentucky, South Carolina, and Clemson will be in on Fiddler.
Really?
Stock rising.
Wow. So Frankie Fiddler also put his name in for the draft, which again, I don't think you expect him to go to the draft. He's like, this is going to be an NIL thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's significant. If you've got big SEC schools and ACC schools after him, including Kentucky, by the way, then yeah, you better ante up for this kid if you want him.
Right. I mean, I don't know enough about him to say, yes, he would fit with Nebraska or wouldn't fit with Nebraska. but I certainly haven't heard that Nebraska is not interested. I mean, I think they would be. I don't know. I don't know exactly what Fred's thinking is on that, but it's a very interesting discussion to me because right now the Nebraska staff has to be making these decisions right now.
Yep.
Who are we going after? Would Fiddler be a fit? I think that you're always looking for bigs. You're always looking for shooters. In Nebraska's, Jake, if you do the math, they had 2 guys leave. Well, no, they have more than that. They have Ramel Lloyd leaving,
Eli Rice,
Casey Tominaga, Alec, and Boogie Coleman,
and probably CJ Wilcher. Not guaranteed.
Yeah, not guaranteed. But say 5 right now. Yep. You have 2 guys coming in on scholarship. You probably have 3 openings, maybe 4.
There's 3 right now.
Okay,
3 current openings.
3 current openings. You're looking at players. You're trying to fill those scholarships. You don't want to have open scholarships. Who is Nebraska looking at? No intel. There's 500 guys. 500 plus. There's probably more than 500 at this point. I mean, come on, Nebraska is coming off, and they just made the NCAA tournament. There's two parts of this conversation that are really interesting, though. Who are you getting and who are you keeping? Because none of the guys committed. It was after the game. It was interesting. So you're trying to keep Bryce Williams and Rick Mast and C.J. Welcher and Juwan Gary, Diop. How do you pronounce his name?
Mater Job.
Yeah, you really butchered that one. You're trying to keep all these guys, Aaron Ulis, and you're
never
trying
saw him play at all this year.
No, you didn't. But Ulis is your point guard in waiting, unless they go get another point guard. Ulis is their point guard in waiting. Aaron Ulis.
Again, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but if Chucky Hepburn is available, I would you prefer him.
Of course.
Now, the thing with Chucky is like, okay, pause for a second. You want him back, but remember the response he got in Lincoln every time he's been here? It's been incredible amounts of booing. Like he's not really liked here.
Oh, I don't know. Now, hold on. He's not liked because he's at Wisconsin.
Yes, but you can treat him differently. I mean, he's had some significant booing here.
I think that would go by the wayside. Now,
Wisconsin,
from what I've heard, is paying him. It's very interesting to me, a guy like Chucky. He can command a big number. I mean, a big number. Wisconsin's paying him. You'd have to pay him a lot to come here.
Well, I think that people would support that.
That's what I think.
1890, I think would say, yeah, let's figure out a way to get Chucky Hepburn on board. If he wants to come here, let's make it happen.
Okay, so Nebraska, this is the way I was thinking about it over the weekend. Nebraska, you were at those scenes at PBA. They were remarkable, packed houses at PBA. You bring in Chucky and Fiddler, good luck getting a ticket early.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why, by the way, a guy like Chucky can say, I mean, I don't feel any guilt about getting paid. Look at the crowds. I mean, can you imagine if they bring in Chucky and Fiddler, how big the crowds will be all year?
And those are Nebraska kids too. That's right. Those are kids from the state that have performed very well in high school and have done very well in college. Great story.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that right now there's 8 players left in the tournament that are from the state of Nebraska. Creighton has 5. There's 5 players from the state on Creighton's roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to, they're proving their best players from Aurora, Nebraska. Their best player is from Aurora.
Yeah. And Jason Green
had a big dunk in overtime.
Came off the bench against Oregon in that game Saturday night and played really well. Jason Green.
North.
Yeah.
Hunter Salas didn't make the dance. He had a great year at Wake Forest. I mean, there's so much talent. It's been in the state the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Creighton's got 5 players in the roster from the state.
I know.
And they're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens on Fiddler and Chucky. Of course, this will be a fluid situation as the portal. More people will go into the portal. We'll have commitments, I'm sure, at some point.
Does Fred keep that core group?
Yep.
And what does he add? This is, Jake, I guarantee you they're working hard right now over there.
They have to. Yeah, this is not, the offseason is brutal right now.
It is.
Because you lost to A&M, I mean, your season is, you're not just on vacation.
No,
it's
I wouldn't
the opposite
think so.
of vacation.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
You got to gear up. You got people leaving, people coming in. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Speeding things up.
Yeah, it's roster. It's if I were AD, it's not a recruiting question anymore. It's how do you manage your roster? How do you manage? What's your plan for managing the roster.
And figure it out right away because you have time.
Yeah.
But that's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and Amon Green is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery,